All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Of course, we're going to wait a few minutes, let some people show up. I did see Woody on here earlier. Hopefully, you're still around, Woody. Well, beep, bop, boop. Doing a little Jetsons thing, huh? All right, I'll be right back. Just going to go off camera for a quick moment. Let's see now. These were what Gina Carano listed as her pronouns. Okay. Beep, bop, boop, beep, bop, boop, beep, bop, oop, that means I love you. Don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you remember that one, Woody. That was from the Jet Screamer episode of the Flintstones. Or not the Flintstones, the Jetsons, sorry. Actually, it wasn't beep, bop, boop. It was more like eep, op, ork, eep, op, ork, eep, op, ork, that means I love you. Come fly with me. Come high with me. Come fly with me. Eep, op, ork means I love you. Do, 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 do. Let's lay down. For the Jetsons, I would have said eep, op, ork, and that means I love you. Yep. Evening, Trotter. As always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. If you guys can, help that out, help with the algorithm, helps get more people in here, that'd be appreciated. As sung by a famous singer, Actually, it was Screamer, not Swinger. Baby, 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 baby. So Eddie, Woody. I saw earlier there. You said you hate everything. What brought that on? Oh, and Poopy Butt Films is here. See, ha ha ha! I'm way ahead of you, Mike. Have you heard of J.B. McClown? No, I haven't. What's your favorite Red Bull? I don't drink Red Bull. I drink Monster. Anyways. And just in case you're going to ask, my favorite Monster, of course, is the green one. Let's see. Haha. You remember more of the song than I do. Yeah, I mean the image of him singing it on the TV screen. I mean, I can remember. I mean, I can still remember even though I haven't watched the Jetsons in a while. There, I can still remember scenes from that particular episode. They're still very vivid in my mind. Josh Green a bad actor? Or Josh Greeley a bad actor? Well, first off, let's see. It looks like you spelled his name wrong. It's Grele. There's not two E's there. His acting work is okay. I don't have an issue with his acting work. I have issue with the fact that he came out against Vic. Do you speak Spanish? What's crazy? Not fluently. I don't speak Spanish fluently. I do know somewhat, and crazy just happens to be one of the words I have heard. and that's local. So anyways, I just stumbled upon an argument about 911 being caused, or 9/11 caused by thermite. Okay. Okay. I don't drink any alcohol, so no alcohol for Mike. I don't drink wine, vodka, or anything like that. I drink energy drinks. I drink soda. That's about it. So we're just past the 6 minute mark. We're gonna wait to see. It looks like we have at least 4 people in here. So we'll probably get started soon. And we just went back down to 2 according to the counter. Anyways, we are going probably at about 8 minute mark. I'll probably mention what's on tap for the stories tonight. As always, guys, as I said, if you can help by liking and sharing the stream, see if we can get some more people in that way, that'd be appreciated. Let's see. What? You have a dog? Yeah. I do. We have a German Shepherd at our house here. Let's see. 7:36. All right. So, how's everybody doing today? And I guess what you did mention that you saw an argument going on there, and that's what you were upset about. Everything else going all right for you? You have a good day today? Do anything exciting? How about you guys? Poopy butt films and Tratter Endicon. Let's see. What's your favorite baby Monet? Well, I don't even know. I don't even know what a baby Monet is, so couldn't tell you that one. All right, and look like we're at 8.5 minutes now, so I guess I can go ahead and tell you guys what's on tap for tonight. So we got 6 stories tonight, all from CBR. 2 comic related stories, and there's 80, and 4 anime related stories. So let's see what 80 has to say here. Hi, Mike. I am watching my favorite wildlife cam, Pennsylvania elk cam. No bugling going on, so listening to your soothing voice. Cam is only on for a few weeks tonight. With a thunderstorm happening. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, thank you for dropping in there, 80. And as always, guys, I do appreciate any and all likes, shares. If you guys can help me out with that, get more people in, that'd be appreciated. Yeah, so as I said, we have 6 stories tonight. Let's see. Among those include, let's see, DC launching a Justice League series starring Thomas Wayne, President Superman, and more. Let's see. An exclusive here. Sweet Tooth creator examines family grief in May's book preview. I know among the anime stories, I'll look them over and tell you guys. Get rid of this little notation here. Let's see. We're going to look at an article on how Netflix's anime library has grown since its first original 7 years ago. Let's see. Redbox is apparently getting into the streaming act. Their streaming ad Retro Crush's classic anime library for free. Um, the creator of Comey Can't Communicate hosted a Q&A where he was asking fans to communicate. And Amazon releases a preview of the dub for Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01. So that's all that's on tap for tonight. Let me get back to the comics portion. Get down to right there. Okay, so let's see now. We did have a few more. Up here, we had a few more. Monet was an impressionist painter, so I imagine Baby Monet would be a dude smeared on the wall. Oh, okay. I'm allowed you. You cheated on Monet. Anyways, okay. So, with all that, let's see now where we at time wise here. So, about 12 minutes, 20 seconds into this. So, why don't we go ahead and get started on the articles then? I'm sure as we've had the last few nights, it's going to probably be quite a bit of a lively night with the conversation, I'm sure. All right, so here's our first story we're going to look at tonight. DC launches Justice League series starring Thomas Wayne, President Superman, and more. Justice League Incarnate is a new Infinite Frontier spinoff starring Thomas Wayne and President Superman as they fight Darkseid across the multiverse. Article by Tim Adams published 10 hours ago. Here we go, right here. Infinite Frontier writer Joshua Williamson has announced Justice League Incarnate, a new spin-off series starring Thomas Wayne and Calvin Ellis, aka President Superman. Justice League Incarnate will feature this multiversal team of superheroes defending the multiverse from Darkseid across Infinite Earths. The creative team consists of co-writers Joshua Williamson and Dennis Culver, and artists Andre Bresson and Brandon Peterson, Gary Frank and Brad Anderson are the main cover artists, and a rotating list of interior artists will also join each issue. The cover to the first issue finds the Justice League Incarnate facing a mysterious character off screen who has a glowing left fist and arm rippling with energy. According to the official solicitation, this figure may be Dr. Multiverse, a new character who resides from Earth 8. Justice League Incarnate formed in the finale of Dark Knight's Death Metal when the multiverse was reformed. This led to DC Future State, a 2-month initiative that looked ahead into the future of the DC universe and introduced new legacy heroes such as Tim Fox's Batman, John Kent's Superman, and Yara Flor's Wonder Woman. Flashpoint Batman joined the Justice League Incarnate in Infinite Future, with the miniseries delving into mysteries such as the resurrections of Roy Harper and the entire multiverse. Justice League Incarnate, #1, goes on sale November 2nd from DC. Here are some. Like there's a bunny in a costume, probably Captain Carrot from Earth C. Justice League Incarnate, #1 of 5, written by Joshua Williamson and Dennis Culver, Future State Gotham team. Art by Andre Bresson and Brandon Peterson. Main cover by Gary Frank. Flashpoint Batman cardstock variant cover by Jorge Fornes. 40 pages, $4.99, $5.99 for cardstock variant. On sale Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. After the shocking ending of Infinite Frontier, Justice League Incarnate defends the multiverse from Darkseid across infinite Earths. Following a devastating defeat at the hands of the one true Darkseid, the Superman of Earth 23 leads a team of superheroes from myriad worlds that includes Flashpoint Batman, China's Flash from Earth 0, Captain Carrot from Earth 26, as I thought. Of course, he's on another Earth now. I guess Earth 26 is now the new home for Earth, what was originally known as Earth C, or in his case, Earth C minus, probably. And Earth C and Earth C minus for you guys. Those are worlds where there were anthropomorphic. Earth C was the home to anthropomorphic versions of the Justice League, and then Earth C minus was more like original style anthropomorphic heroes. The main superhero team on Earth C, of course, was just a lot of heroes, or just a lot of animals. And the brand new superhero Dr. Multiverse from Earth 8 in a last-ditch effort to stop the end of every possible universe as we know it. Written by Joshua Williamson and Dennis Culver, with first issue art by Brandon Peterson and Andre Bresson, Burson, and a rotating cast of artists exploring the many different worlds of the DC multiverse. This can't miss series is the next thrilling chapter of the Infinite Frontier saga. So there you go. All right, so let's see if anything new's been said since I last. Okay. All right, so now let's see. Now, wow, the thing about CBR is that, of course, there a lot of times when I read their articles, they go quicker than than bounding into comics. They're, now of course I'm reading mostly releases and previews and all that, not necessarily reading a whole lot of stuff that had a whole lot of depth in the writing, but. All right, here's our next one here. Okay, Sweet Tooth creator examines family grief in May's book preview, and in parentheses, it's a exclusive. Of course, this article was also written by Tim Adams, and this one was published 7 hours ago. CBR has an exclusive preview of May's book #1, a new Dark Horse series from Sweet Tooth creator Jeff Lemire that examines family grief. Now, we read a little bit about this like last week, I think, Maze book story. And it looks like things are getting a little dim in here, so I'm gonna step away from the computer for a moment to turn on my light and just take care of some other things in here. So I'll be right back. All right, so before I go on to let's see, I know a couple of comments just came up. Earthsea sounds like college grade point. Yeah, well, okay, so, and we'll get into this at some point during our, historical comic retrospect, Woody, but, DC eventually developed a multiverse, okay? And you had numbered Earths and you had lettered Earths, okay? To kind of talk about the different variants of, what they might find, okay? Earthsea, let's see, there was Earthsea and Earthsea minus. Earthsea was, I believe, the home of my okay, so both of them, Earthsea and Earthsea minus, were home to anthropomorphic versions of like superheroes. I think C was like basically the anthropomorphic version of Earth One's Justice League, and C minus may have been the more like original style heroes that had like Captain Comet, or yeah, Captain Carrot. Let's see, Fastback, Alley Catabra. So but we'll get more into that as hey Zeno, fellow Tagakins. Hey there, Robert. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. As always, guys, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. Helps with the algorithm, helps get the viewership up and stuff like that. So if you can do that for me, that'd be appreciated. Hail and hearty handshake. Yep. All right. So anyways, so let's get to this next story here. Sweet Tooth creator examines family grief in Maze book preview. Okay, so we read that part. So CBR has an exclusive preview of Maze book #1, a new Dark Horse Comics series from Sweet Tooth creator Jeff Lemire that examines family grief. Sweet Tooth and Black Hammer creator Jeff Lemire is taking on family grief in a new Dark Horse comic series title, Maze Book. A preview of the first issue examines how quickly memories can fade away. CBR has an exclusive preview of Maze Book #1 by Jeff Lemire, who handles the writing and art duties on the miniseries. Follows a lonely building inspector who has lost his puzzle-loving daughter and how he can still count every thread of her favorite sweater, but can no longer remember his daughter's face. The father has these thoughts as he attempts to go through his normal workday. Maze Book #1 goes on sale September 8th from Dark Horse Comics, and I believe that's going to be on a Wednesday. I'd say that's like about 3 weeks away here. or so. Three, maybe, yeah, about 3, maybe 4 weeks away. Maze book number 1 of 5, written by Jeff Lemire, art by Jeff Lemire, cover by Andrea Sorrentino, on sale September the 8th from Jeff Lemire, the creator of Sweet Tooth and New York Times best-selling and Eisner Award-winning Black Hammer, comes Maze Book, an ambitious and haunting comic series about family grief and loss. A lonely building inspector, still grieving the loss of his puzzle-loving daughter, receives a mysterious phone call one night from a girl claiming to be her, trapped in the middle of a labyrinth. Convinced that his child is contacting him from beyond this world, a little surrealism there, he uses an unfinished maze from one of her journals and a map of the city to trace an intricate path through the different plane of reality, and embarks on an intense and melancholic adventure to bring his daughter back home. In essence, he's trying to bring her back from the dead. I guess here's some of the artwork here. Is him talking. I had this old sweater, and she would wear it whenever she could. Her mother hates that thing. It smelled of mothballs, and I honestly didn't even remember where it came from. Anyway, Elena kept trying to throw it out, but Wendy would find it in the trash and rescue it. I have no idea why she liked that sweater so much. Interesting artwork there on the hand look there. But when I think of her now, she is always wearing it. And and you see right there in that one panel, it's the sweater is a bit moth, eaten. It was way too big for her. It hung down to her knees, and the sleeves hung down, covering half of her little hands. It was ratty and had a couple of holes near the right shoulder, which we just saw, frazzled little threads used to corkscrew off the edges of those holes, and she would pick at them. Why the hell can I remember every thread of that old sweater, but I can't remember her face clearly anymore? I guess the main character here is that older looking guy in the middle there. You look at the expression on his face, very melancholic right there. Don't recognize anyone's face anymore. People everywhere, and not one of them means anything to me. It's like every day that passes and every step I take, I get further from her. And nothing scares me more than this idea of forgetting her. What can I do? I can't stop time. I can't go back. All I can do is keep walking. One foot in front of the other. City building inspector's office right there. Hey, Will. Morning. Heard about Lakeshore? Sorry. That new development on Lakeshore. Heard they stuck you with it. Bit of a nightmare. Need any help? Let me know. I'm done. I'm down near there all week. Thanks, I'm good. You sure? If you want any help, thanks, I've got it. 10 years. 10 years. I've forgotten something else too, haven't I? Not just her face. Something. Hey, Will! And there we go. So that's a bit of the preview right there. And I, of course, read through the comment there. Hope you guys enjoyed that little read through. Let's see now. Let's see what we got here now. So those are the two. I've been trying to audit my midichlorians, okay, whatever that means. What was the east? What was the eat at oot oot at the beginning of this video? Oh, where Woody had Trotter. Woody had basically said he was, I guess, pointing out that Gina Carano, was as for quote unquote pronouns in her social media profile, she was saying beep bop boop. Okay. And it kind of led into, from my end, about an old episode of the Jetsons, called Jet Screamer, where basically Judy Jetson had written a love song, as part of this contest to get like a date with the rock star Jet Screamer. But instead of her song, she accidentally, her song was switched by George with Elroy's code, eep op ork oop which means I'll meet you which means meet me tonight, but somehow that code got turned into a hit song for Jet Screamer, and Judy won the contest and went on the date with the rock star. So that's what that was all about. We were just kind of reminiscing about an old Jetsons episode. Eep op ork eep op ork eep op ork that means I love you. Come fly with me, so high with me. Come fly with me. Eep op ork, say I love you. Boom. All right. The Jetsons was a cartoon from the 60s, by the way, just originally from the 60s. Was a rock and roll song featured on the Jetsons back in the late 50s, early 60s. Just one episode. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite Muppet? Don't know if I have a favorite Muppet. I've watched Muppet and Muppet Babies before, but Dylan and Cameron's Kauai. Tia Ballard about. Again, I don't have an issue with the acting ability as much. She's come out and said some stuff against Vic. She's it's explain the Be There video. I did last night. Okay, if you want to find out more about it, you can look it up on YouTube. You can just search via Be There video, Brittany Karpowski and John Swayze. Hey, Woody. Hey, Mike. Hey, Batgoat. Welcome to the stream, man. Glad you're here. Always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. So if you can help with that, help get the word out, get more people, in here, that'd be appreciated. Anyways, let's see now. At 80 Pickle, left Wildlife Cam to give Mike a thumbs up on singing his song. Hey, 80 from Batgoat, thumbs up. Thank you. So, anyways, as we now see, so we're done with this article, it would seem. So now I'll go over to the anime stories. I said we had 6 stories tonight. Since these are from CBR, we're going through them pretty quick, though. And before I get started with the next story, let's see if there's anything new here being said. Now going back, but says, hey, the Batgoat. I'm tired. Gonna be lurking. All right, that's cool. At least you're here. Hopefully you enjoy the content. We've been kind of also, aside from me reading reading news stories tonight, of course, Batgoat. We've also had a nice little discussion about the Jetsons episode Jet Screamer. At least Woody and I were, so might enjoy some of that. Okay, anyways, so now here's the next article. How Netflix's anime library has grown since its first original 7 years ago. The Netflix original anime library has grown sufficiently since it first came out 7 years ago, both for better and worse. Article by Anthony Gramuglia, published 15 hours ago. So let's take a look at this then. And of course, on the right there, there's some scenes of what look like manga shots of Neon Genesis Evangelion. So let's get into this. Netflix has streamed anime on its platform for much of its online existence, with Knights of Sidonia released in 2014, marketed as the first Netflix quote-unquote original anime. From there, plenty more anime have been released on the service that have also been marketed the same way, due in part to the platform either helping finance the series or films or acquiring the exclusive broadcasting rights to them. This fall, Knights of Sidonia will release the final film in the series on Funimation, not Netflix. Funnily enough, I think that's supposed to be funny enough, but anyways, this is perhaps reflective of the mixed legacy the company has had when it comes to anime. There's some high highs and low lows. So with 7 years having passed since the first Netflix original anime, now is a good time to look back on how the medium has developed on the streaming giant. The highs of Netflix original anime. Knights of Sidonia was succeeded by a number of original anime in those first few years. The Seven Deadly Sins was one of the biggest mainstream hits on Netflix for some time in this early period. Others included Violet Evergarden, which is Kakuguri, and Little Witch Academy. And I've seen 2 of those. I've seen Violet Evergarden and Kakuguri, and they're pretty interesting anime. Kakuguri is basically rich kids with gambling obsessions. Violet Evergarden is about basically a cyborg who learns to become a writer for people. So, all of which garnered high levels of praise. However, the Netflix original anime didn't establish it as a brand worthy of consistent quote unquote hardcore hype until Devilman Crybaby and Agretsuko, two anime that further confirmed that Netflix was capable of producing consistently high quality anime on its platform. And right now, as part of my viewing, I'm watching 2018 Baki series that was on Netflix. From what I heard, that series is, as it's making its DVD release sometime this year from Sentai, they're redubbing it with their own people. So from there, several more incredible titles hit the streaming platform. Baki, which I just mentioned, Beastars, Carol and Tuesday, Great Pretender, and Doro Doro, to name a few. All proved to be huge hits with fans thanks to their high production values, mature plots, and unforgettable characters. These animes often prove to be what many associate with the name Netflix original anime. But then, are these original anime, as Yellow Flash might point out? If they're produced in Japan, then yes. But if they're not, then they're not really anime. Because anime, as we've been talking about the last couple of days, is specific to Japanese animation. Yeah. Netflix is American, which is a misnomer, and international anime productions. Again, that statement's a bit of a misnomer because we just said, as I just said, anime is Japanese animation. So if it's produced anywhere but Japan, then it's not anime. It's animated, but not anime. One interesting component to Netflix original anime is how many of these anime are non-Japanese produced or international productions. Castlevania is often regarded as a Netflix original anime, despite being an American production. And several other anime have American and Canadian creatives collaborating with animation studios across the planet, which again has been talked about recently in how the West is trying to usurp anime and dilute it. Let's see. Pacific Rim, The Black, Cannon Busters, and Dota, Dragon's Blood are all international productions based on pre-existing properties and animated by Japanese and Korean animation studios. As a result, these animes exist as almost an ideal integration of cross-cultural storytelling, and these titles embody the potential that no Netflix original anime can offer. Excuse me a moment, guys. I gotta go deal with my dog. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see now. I know you guys were saying so. Before I get back to the story, I know you guys were. All right, we saw that. Saw that. Let's see. Hello, Mr. Goat from Woody, and then Poopy Butt Films. Your favorite meat? Mine's ham. Um, kind I can be from 80 there. What's your favorite meat to eat? From Poopy Butt Films. Ham. Stinky poop. Poopies, funny people. Haha, funny poop. All right, so, anyways, back to the article here. We will continue on. Unfortunately, these anime are the exception and not the rule for Netflix original anime. This is especially true considering that Netflix is not nearly as popular in Japan as it is in North America. I wonder why. Could it be because they're trying to dilute and usurp their product? Today, only 13% of Japanese broadband-equipped households have Netflix. Netflix's acquisition of popular anime franchises. Let's see. Oh yeah, this scene's from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Netflix made waves when the company acquired the international streaming rights for the Ghibli library. While HBO Max would distribute Ghibli media in America, this set precedents for Netflix to acquire previously established properties. In some cases, it would even make these IPs and intellectual properties part of its quote unquote originals library, or at least market them as such. Yeah, that's a bit of a misnomer right there. This became further established conceptually when Netflix acquired the international streaming rights for Neon Genesis Evangelion, redubbing the classic anime to give it a new sheen for its service, which I did not care for. I mean, I prefer. Basically, I think a lot of us watched Neon Genesis Evangelion when it was on originally in I think the 90s and 2000s on Toonami and Adult Swim, and with Spike Spencer voicing, at least from the dub side of it, you had Spike Spencer doing Shinji's voice, Tiffany Grant doing Asuka's. Of course, we may not like Amanda Wynn Lee as a person because of some of the stuff she said and pulled, but she was still Rei Ayanami. So, but anyways, this trend would continue when it acquired the rights to Sailor Moon Eternal and Sailor Moon Crystal. Soon the company would add the remake of Shaman King to its list of original anime, which has just begun streaming internationally. While this seems like a surefire way for success, the truth is Netflix had been doing this for some time and with worse results. Glitter Force and its follow-ups are marketed as Netflix originals, but the series is actually a re-edit of Pretty Cure Glitter Force. In many ways harkens back to the Deke re-edit of Sailor Moon, which I know a lot of people were critical of. I know a lot of people were critical of that one. They were critical of the Gatchaman dub that Sandy Frank Productions did that led to Battle of the Planets. I think depending upon what your target audience, I think for kids those were good those were good dubs. Granted, it may have cut out quite a bit of the material, but where the various elements are re-edited to become more appealing to what the studio perceives to be a mainstream audience. This establishes that Netflix isn't always kind to the properties it acquires as originals. Even the redub of Evangelion came with controversial changes, including changing the dub cast and eliminating any queer subtext. Netflix's most disappointing original anime. For every Carol and Tuesday, there are other Netflix anime that fail to leave a positive impression. Several anime in Netflix's original anime collection tend to have underwhelming animation. There are also numerous follow-up series to classic properties that have launched on Netflix that have left fans disappointed. Knights of the Zodiac, Saint Seiya, Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex, 2045, Dragon's Dogma, and the anime Godzilla films left many fans cold. The commonalities, aside from being Netflix originals, are fairly obvious. All sport unimpressive CG animation, all lack the creative... and the thing is, the original Ghost in the Shell there from the 2000s, that was a cool anime. And even though they did have, like, during one of the opening, I think during the first season of Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex, they did have like a computer animated opening, but the main series was traditional animation, or traditional Japanese animation. In the saga, and some even feel more cynically little more than cash grabs for established IPs. There are, of course, numerous disappointing anime from just this year, too. The Way of the House Husband and The Record of Ragnarok are highly popular manga that have ultimately spawned underwhelming adaptations due to staff animation. Titles like these leave a somewhat disappointing stigma attached to the Netflix original anime library. The legacy of Netflix original anime so far. On one hand, Netflix's anime collection sports some downright fun bangers. These anime are certainly going to outshine the most forgettable entries by some fans. However, others may look at the originals that proved disappointing and simply ask, quote unquote, why? Obviously, there are many contributing factors to why certain anime fail. There are other studios involved with animation committees. And we've been hearing a lot about this, particularly with Funimation. Flash has talked about this. Hiro Hayes talked about it. I think it's just time for the Western companies to just focus on just dubbing animes as is and not trying to put their political agendas into it, trying not to dilute it, because that's what fans really want. They don't want to be preached at when they're watching anime. However, because Netflix puts its brand more prominently on these subpar productions, it becomes associated with disappointing anime. Therefore, Netflix original anime has become a hodgepodge with no distinct brand recognition, and the only thing fans can really do is take every new anime on its own. There we go with that one. We just kick it back to the main screen, and then we will set things up. And so this will be the next story here. And before we get to it, I'm going to go ahead and take a peek at what you guys have been saying since I last checked. All right, so let's see. Chakaroon, or Chakaroon, Debizazo. All right. So you watch Jason Colin? No, we were talking about the Jetsons earlier, Tratter. That's what we were talking about. The Jetsons. All right, so here we go with the next story here. Well, actually, let me go back and see where we're at on time here. Oh, now we're getting close to. So at least now now we're about halfway through, and we're now finally getting to the hour mark. So I guess I was able to push the time a little bit there. All right, Redbox streaming adds Retro Crush's classic anime library for free. Redbox continues its streaming push with the addition of Retro Crush's library of classic anime titles to its free service. Article by Michael Lacerna, published 9 hours ago. Redbox has announced that it has partnered with Digital Media Rights to offer Retro Crush's entire library of classic anime titles on its streaming service. Redbox is best known for its automated DVD and Blu-ray rental kiosk that can be found within supermarkets and other retailers throughout North America. But the company is also continuing to push into the competitive streaming market. Redbox's new partnership with Retro Crush allows its streaming service access to many classic anime titles, including Street Fighter II, the animated series, which is a good one, Demon City Shinjuku, the story of Sankoku, which is for if you guys like kind of like the romantic stuff a little bit more, but also women, female empowerment, but not like the whole overly political female empowerment, like the idea of women getting more involved in their communities, all that. Story of Sankoku is a pretty good story. Great Teacher Onizuka, another good anime, and recently added Adolescence of Utena. Retro Crush is just one brand operated by Digital Media Rights, a privately owned entertainment company that also operates the Asian Crush service, which distributes television content from across Asia, as well as Midnight Pulp Channel, specializes in pulp and noir-based programming, among others. DMR's content will both be available on Redbox's on-demand streaming app, as well as Redbox free live TV service. Okay. I'm going to go off camera here for a quick sec. I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, all right, I'm back here. We see there's been a few comments here, so let's see. Okay, what do you think? Chalkboards. Um, you 6 feet? No, I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'8" myself. What's your favorite car? Don't have one because I don't drive. What's your favorite episode of Duck Dynasty? I haven't really watched it. What's your favorite ice cube? Again, don't have one. Um, and then Poopy Butt going. Okay, get off the stream, treader. Everybody's welcome here. No, you get. All right, you two, be nice. Hey, Mike, Woody, 80, Backo, and Robert. How are y'all? Hey, Leto, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for dropping in. As always, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares to help get more people in. If you guys can help me with that, that'd be appreciated. I thank you guys in advance for that. Right now, it's pretty obvious you're both the same person. Hi, Leto. Hi, Leto. Getting ready to drive to work. Listening on in. All right. Hey, Edie and Woody. Hope you guys are okay. Yep. We're just getting through some articles here, my friend. We're also talking about the Jetsons earlier. Woody and I were, anyways. So as we continue on with this next, I'll continue on with the article here. Redbox, quote, Redbox is known for offering the very best selection of content for our customers, and this deal with digital media releases further enhances our free streaming services, unquote, said Chris Yates, general manager of Redbox On Demand. Quote, anime is one of the most sought after categories, and we're thrilled to provide our viewers with a deep dive into this hot genre, unquote. Quote, our aim with Retro Crush is to provide anime fans with the world's best series and films. As one of the most recognizable brands in entertainment, we're pleased to partner with Redbook and offer an exciting programming lineup of classic anime to their millions of customers, unquote, said digital media relation DMR's director of digital distribution and content strategy, John Stack. As the streaming industry becomes more crowded and competitive, anime is quickly growing into one of the most coveted sources of content for streaming companies. Sony, which already owned anime streamer Funimation, recently purchased Funimation's biggest competitor, Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll was previously owned by AT&T and Warner Media, was sold to Sony for over a billion US dollars, cementing the Japanese tech giant's dominance in the streaming anime market. Netflix has also recently begun to invest more money in the anime industry, as in addition to financing their own productions, the company recently secured the streaming rights to new seasons of the Pokemon and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime series. Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network recently promoted Toonami co-creator Jason DeMarco to an executive position with the expressed interest of securing more anime content partnerships for the company, which could mean that Toonami may be dying out too. I remember when you could find a lot of the anime stuff on some of the cable channels, and that was pretty cool, like Encore, Wham, Sci-Fi, Showtime Beyond. That was cool with that. Yet I got plenty of toilet paper to wipe away. I'm running out, probably time to subscribe to the local newspaper. Sarcastic comment, I meant. Now back to my beloved elk cam. Anyways, so let's see now. I think we got still a couple more stories. Yeah, got like 2 more stories to get through. We're about 2/3 of the way through here. Yeah, not quite as lively, but we're still a pretty lively group tonight. I will send you some William Miller if you pay for shipping at 80 sits on her fingers because she could have fun with misspelling. Oh, good old days, Mike. Yep. Excuse me a moment. I gotta go tend to my dog. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's see what people have been saying. I know there's a couple. I live very close to where they've repopulated some elk along the Buffalo River in Arkansas. All right, Woody, and then Pennsylvania had to go west to repopulate the elk in Northeast, and elk bugle is music to someone like me. Okay. All right. So, anyways, let's now get on to the next article here. All right. So, Comey can't communicate. Creator asks fans to communicate. Comey can't communicate. Fans have a chance to contribute to the series' upcoming fan book through a Twitter Q&A with series creator Tomohito Oda. Article by Lydia Levecchi, um, published 9 hours ago. Comey can't communicate. Fans have a chance to contribute to the series' upcoming fan book. The official Twitter account for the popular comedy manga Comey Can't Communicate announced that the series' upcoming fan book will feature a Q&A section. Fans that tweet questions with the hashtag Tell Me Comey or reply to the account's original tweet will receive answers from series creator Tomohito Oda himself. The Q&A session began August 10th, which was past Tuesday, and only lasts until August 14th, this Saturday. The upcoming fan book will release sometime in October. And here's, I guess, Comey's and vote. Fans, here is a chance to ask questions to Tomohito Oda. Please post a question with the tag Tell Me Comey or reply to this tweet. Answers will be appeared on the fan book. Comes in October. This campaign starts from now and goes on August 14th. Yep. So there you go. The fan book is not only Comey Can't Communicate content coming in October, however, an anime adaptation by Studio Ohm, which was, of course, studio that also helped give us Berserk, Pokemon, Taxi, starring Aoi Koga from Kaguya-sama Love is War, and Gakudo Kajiwara from Black Clover, as leads Comey and Tadano, was teased in May, and is also scheduled to premiere in October. The series is being directed by Kazuki Kawagoe, Baby Blast, and Ayumu Watanabe, Children of the Sea. Excuse me again. I'm sorry, guys. Gotta take care of my dog. All right, sorry about that. I'm back now. Let's see. things go well, as I hope, one of my dogs will howl live on open mic. Anyways, okay. So, anyways, back to the article here. Um, and Ayumi Watanabe, Children of the Sea, in Major Second. Comey Can't Communicate began its serialization in Weekly Shonen Sunday in 2016 and will have been bundled into 22 volumes as of August 18th. Written by Tomohito Oda, the author of sci-fi comedy Dezicon, Comey Can't Communicate became an instant hit, selling over 5 million copies in its 5-year run. Viz Media has translated and published the first 14 volumes in North America. So there we go. So there's that one. All right, so we're almost done. I think we got one more article. We're at 1 hour 18, so we've made pretty good time, it looks like. All right, so here's the last main article of the night. Amazon releases preview of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01's dubs. Amazon releases a new preview of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01 that showcases the 11 different languages the film has been dubbed into. Article by Michael Cerna, published 8 hours ago. So there's Shinji going mad again. Amazon has released a new clip from its upcoming international release of the highly anticipated Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01 Thrice Upon a Time that showcases all 11 languages that the movie has been dubbed into. In addition to the English dub that features the return of voice actors from the original ADV dub of the series, that would be like Spike Spencer, Tiffany Grant, Amanda Wynn Lee, Allison Keith, Tristan McAvery, I believe, and Sue Ulu. The Evangelion finale will also be available in Latin American Spanish, Peninsular Spanish, Mandarin Chinese, German, French, Italian, Brazilian Portuguese, Hindi, and Korean audio dubs, as well as in its original Japanese. The clip features scenes from the previous 3 movies in the rebuild of Evangelion, now dubbed into all of the previous listed languages. In addition to the 11 dub tracks, Amazon's Evangelion releases will also be available with subtitles in 28 languages. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01 is the final chapter in the 4-part rebuild of Evangelion film series, which, depending on your interpretation of the series, serves as either a reboot or a direct sequel to the story that began in the original 1995 Neon Genesis Evangelion television series. Despite a production that was marred with budgetary problems and creator Hideaki Anno's own struggle with mental health issues, Evangelion is widely celebrated as one of the most influential series of all time, which, of course, it's also one of the most surreal as well. While the anime has now spawned $1 million franchise of spin-offs, video games, and endless merchandise, Anno has stated that Thrice Upon a Time will be his final work in the series. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01 Thrice Upon a Time will premiere on Amazon Prime Video on August 13th. The previous 3 movies in the series will also be available on the service on the same day. A re-release of the original series and its first two follow-up movies on DVD and Blu-ray have been announced by distributor G-Kids and is scheduled to be released sometime before the end of 2021. Oh, there you go. So that's it for that. So there we go. That's all the main stories we're going through tonight. And we're already at an hour 22, so we're coming up on an hour and a half here. And I know there's a lot of lurking tonight. There's more lurking tonight. I know people are tired. It's just good. I mean, sometimes it's good to just relax and just listen to the stories as I read them. I especially don't mind that Batgo decided to take the night off from chatting too much because I want to make sure. Obviously, I appreciate it when he's at full energy when we do the historical comic retrospect. So, guys, don't forget tomorrow night we'll be heading into March of 1938, looking at DC Comics. We'll be going over, of course. Well, so I'll be primarily it'll be Detective Comics and New Adventure, as More Fun was not published that month. It was in lieu of the third annual of the time done by DC Big Book of Comics. That's all that is, just a collection of reprints of some of the previous works that we've actually read. Excuse me a moment, guys. I gotta go check on my dog again because she's barking again. Be right back. All right, so she apparently quieted on her own, so. March 1938, Kal-El approaches in Jor-El's rocket. Depending upon where you're reading from, that might be more like the Silver Age variant, Woody, because in the Golden Age it happened much earlier. It happened it would have happened in the 1910s, and then in post-crisis on Infinite Earths, it would have been would have been happening like probably in the 60s, I think, or something like that. So, just goes to show you the sliding time scale there. But actually, according to the original Golden Age stuff, because again, Superman wouldn't make his debut until Action Comics #1, which went on sale in May of 1938. So we're still a couple months away from that. Our coverage will be sooner than that. Won't take a full 2 months to get to that, but anyways, so anything else you guys want to talk about? If not, I might actually consider winding down. I got some other things I got to do. So, unless there's something else you guys want to talk about, I think it might be a good time to finish things off with this day in niche history if you guys are ready for that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm ready. Good night, Mike, and thank you. All right. Well, I hope you'll stick around for the history section here. Nietzsche. Okay. All right. So, guys, don't forget tomorrow night, of course, and Batgoat. Hopefully, you're still here. I'll send you the link tomorrow, and hopefully, you can get it early, as always. So, without no further ado, then, let's take today being Thursday, August the 12th, 2021. Let's take a look back at this day in niche history. And let's see what Woody had to say before I turn it. I heard they might replace Art James as host of Jeopardy. Well, I haven't even been paying attention to all that anyway, so I do love the sound of your voice. Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and take a look back at this day in niche history. And our first stop is going to be 1996. On this date in 1996, which was 25 years ago today, WCW hosted Monday Night Raw live from the Casper Event Center in Casper, Wyoming. The main event on that night was a tag team match in which Lex Luger and Sting took on the Outsiders and ended in a no contest. Other matches on the night included Ric Flair retaining the WCW United States title, heavyweight title over Randy Savage, Rey Mysterio Jr. retaining the Cruiserweight title over Ultimo Dragon, and the Steiner brothers defeating champions Harlem Heat via DQ. So that's what a lot of the main matches were for the night, and there were a few other singles and stuff. So, anyways, so with that, let's move on to the next piece of niche history here. So our next stop is going to be 2 years later from that, 23 years ago today in 1998. As on this date in 1998, the 440th and penultimate issue of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 went on sale on this date from DC, or not DC, but Marvel Comics on this date in 1998. So 23 years ago, the 440th and penultimate issue of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 went on sale on this date for $1.99 with 40 pages. I don't know if this is the same guy who was the actor in Karate Kid, but according to this, the editor for this was Ralph Macchio. Don't know if it was the exact same person. The story title was A Hot Time in the Old Town, written by John L. Byrne, who is known for his work on Superman after, to help establish a post-crisis continuity for Superman. Penciled by Raphael Cannon. Bud La Rosa did the inking. Lettering done by Richard Starkings, and Mark Bernardo did the coloring. So on this date, 23 years ago today, the 440th issue of Volume 1 of Amazing Spider-Man went on sale. Penultimate issue, as I had found out. So there we go with that. Let's see, I guess. Wow, Ric Flair versus Randy Savage. I would have liked to have seen that. All right. So, anyways, the last piece of last piece of niche history we'll cover tonight. As on this date, 5 years ago today, 2016, this date 5 years ago today in 2016, Sausage Party is released as the first full-length computer animated feature film to be rated R. So on this date 5 years ago today, Sausage Party is released as the first full-length computer animated feature film to be rated R from Columbia Pictures. And you could probably just imagine why it was rated R with such a title as Sausage Party. So, anyways, with that, guys, we're past the hour and a half mark, so we got at least to the minimum point. And I thank you guys for being here again. I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. Let's get the algorithm up. Let's get the viewership up. Hopefully, we can get more people in to watch the stuff. And I look forward to seeing you all back here tomorrow night when Batco and I will be doing the historical comic retrospect. So let's see what we have here. Elle remembers biting sausages. Night all. Okay. So yeah. So anyways, so I hope to see you all back here tomorrow night. And also don't forget, a little further down the road, on Monday, September 6th, Labor Day, we'll be doing our open mic night. So I hope you guys will be ready for that. You participate in that. So until tomorrow night, bye.